Hello, astrology lovers. My name's Jody. Welcome to Cosmic Connections, where we talk about what's going on above us in the sky and how it might be affecting our lives here on Earth. We just had a powerful new moon in the sign of Aquarius. And if you were one of the 32 people who bought my book last month, thank you so much. My new book, Cosmic Connections 2025 Star Calendar, would have shown you that our new moon fell exactly conjunct the stars in the Dumbbell Nebula that are found in the tail of the Fox constellation. And the energy of the stars in this beautiful, bright nebula is all about our evolutionary purpose. And so, this new moon, along with Pluto in Aquarius, which hasn't happened in a really long time, this energy is all about our transformation and how we are going to help our planet evolve. When we go through internal changes, even when they're small on the outside, they impact the whole world. And so, this is in my excitement, I wanted to go through each of the signs and talk about how Pluto, the planet of transformation, might be working in your life for the next 20 years. Astrology is full of systems, and I use a system called Solar Sign House System. And so this makes it to where I can talk to you, even though I haven't seen your birth chart, about where Pluto might be affecting you for the next 20 years. Uh, if you are a Libra like me, you have just gone through Pluto through the fourth house, which is all about your home, your family, about what is hidden from society. And so if you went through a Pluto fourth house transformation, you probably moved 24 times like I did, had divorces and marriages and children leaving the house, children coming into the house, all kinds of incredible transformations. And even though the things that Pluto does in our life is challenging, it is meant for our benefit. And so, if we can kind of see the transformations that might be happening in our life, or that area of our life that it might be happening, then we can take part in that natural transformation that Pluto, the god of the underworld, is definitely going to do in our lives. I like to think of the Pluto energy akin to what happens to the caterpillar while it's in the cocoon. All of a sudden, one day, the caterpillar stops munching leaves and uh, spins its cocoon and hangs upside down and lets body parts dissolve and lets new body parts grow and emerges as a completely transformed new flying creature. And so this is the energy that Pluto does in each of our charts. And when we can know that these challenges or these changes are happening, we can not stress so much about it, and then maybe even take part in changing with that natural energy of the universe. So this is my first time doing an all signs report, so hang tight and let me know what you think in the comments. As you're considering the transformation that Pluto is doing in your life and on our planet, also consider the star Albali that is aligned to the sun this weekend. Albali is all about luck and receiving gifts. Albali is the star in the hand of Aquarius, the water giver. The starlight coming through our sun this weekend is helping us to make sure our hands are open, that we're not clutching things too tightly. Pluto wants to take things from us that we're clutching too tightly, that used to serve us, but are no longer serving us. And in the place of those things, other gifts and luck are coming from the cosmos. In order to pour out gifts, Aquarius must first receive from the cosmos. And we have that ability each day to connect with our inner being and connecting with the light of the sun each day, knowing that it is bringing us this fresh energy from the cosmos. And this weekend specifically, tuning into the light of Albali in the hand of Aquarius, that's open to receive gifts and to receive luck from the universe. With any luck, this transformation of Pluto over the next 20 years for each of us individually, but also for us as a nation and as a species, will unite to help us move and evolve towards our goals of reuniting with the source energy that creates worlds and peace for all of us. Aquarius, hello Aquarius, and happy birthday. I feel like now that Pluto has finally moved into Aquarius, maybe everybody will start to understand you just a little bit more, because they will be experiencing a little bit of Aquarius for the next 20 years. But you yourself are going to change a lot over the next 20 years, because Pluto, this planet of transformation, is transiting your first house of self. And the first house is all about your physical body, your identity, how you navigate life. And what Pluto is wanting to do is create balance inside of you to move through these changes with an ease and flow that is helpful for everybody, but especially for Aquarius. And this inner transformation, connecting to the flow, is going to unleash creative energy in you that will spur optimism and enthusiasm about not just your body and your place in this world, but like how you express yourself. You are building your identity over the next 20 years. And so, with Pluto at the helm, this god of the underworld, it might get a little spicy, changing your identity, changing yourself, changing the way you are in this physical reality. And so, leaning into the other air signs in your chart, you have Libra in the ninth house, which is your house of learning, of higher learning, understanding, and philosophy. And then you have Gemini in your fifth house of creativity and romance and love affairs. And so, leaning into your air signs of Libra and Gemini, if you have placements or planets in the ninth house or fifth house, will help you to navigate these changes that are happening in your body and in your identity and in your physical presence on this planet. When you can look at philosophy and learning more about cultures, this might help you identify more with parts of yourself that you didn't know anything about before, as does the fifth house placements can help you create really who you are and who you want to be and how you want to be in this world. Aquarius, good luck with all of your first house changes. And if you need help, just reach out. Pluto can be kind of impactful in many ways, and reach out to the people around you for your love affairs and for your teachers and guides who are, kind of work in that ninth house capacity. They can help you go through these changes that are inevitable with this transit of Pluto. Enjoy your first house changes and transformation as you move from caterpillar to butterfly. Hello, Pisces. Pluto, the god of the underworld, has just entered your 12th house. Now, the 12th house is kind of a mysterious and miraculous place to have Pluto working, because the 12th house signifies endings and things that we need to let go of. The 12th house is all about spirituality and our dreams, the other realms that we can experience while we're here on planet Earth. And so Pluto is going to be doing a lot of transformation. and having to work with your subconscious, your unconscious, and your enlightened consciousness. You have been going through spiritual changes already, and Pluto is going to help you embark on that next journey that moves you from where you are now to a more enlightened being, a lighter being, not as much karmic baggage to haul around with you. Pluto will help you let go of things that are not meant for you. And this goes along with spiritual ideas too, and things that might be blocking you from growth, beliefs that you might have that actually are keeping you from moving towards your dreams. Pluto is going to reveal those, take them from you, but always will benefit you in the long run. And if I had one piece of advice, Pisces, as you are going through this 12th house transformation with the god of the underworld, is to prioritize rest in your life. You may be asked to become a type of spiritual leader with this planet moving into your position, and you will get a lot of energy from your dreams. Pluto is going to be working with your dreams, and not just your sleeping dreams, your resting dreams, but also your waking dreams, your meditation times, and when you are specifically releasing into nature. Pluto is going to work with that energy to move you into a place where you are impeccable with your integrity and your spirituality and your responsibilities that go with those things. There might be some intense devotion to spiritual practices at first that Pluto will move through your life. And that's okay as long as it's helping you see your own inner light and your own inner awareness in a more softer, more feminine light. Pluto in the 12th house is going to ask you to release more than do. So if you're feeling that desire to do some spiritual ceremony, great. But more so, Pluto is asking you to let go over these next 20 years so that you can perhaps move into a position of as a spiritual teacher or a spiritual leader to the people in your own life. Hello, Aries. So Pluto, the planet of transformation, is moved into your 11th house of friendships and group dynamics. The 11th house is also all about your personal aspirations and dreams and about how we use technology in our life. So Pluto is going to completely change your and transform your friendships, hopefully bringing you new dynamic friendships that help you move closer towards your dreams. At the same time, Pluto might even move you towards a place of leadership within the groups and your community that you're involved in. And this can bring conflict, and it can also really help you master the spiritual arts that you need to carry out your dreams and aspirations in this life. Pluto, the god of the underworld, is going to totally transform this area of your life, and it's in a public way. So your friends and the groups that you're involved with are going to be able to see this transformation while you're going through it, which can be humbling, and that's okay. And if you're having trouble, going through these changes in your friendships and the changes with how you follow your dreams in life, lean into the air sign placements that you have in your chart. I know you're a fire sign, but air can help you shine even brighter. So look at your natal birth chart and see what planets you have in the 7th and 3rd house. The 7th house is Libra, where you have your very close relationships. These are your partnerships, your marriage. The relationships that you have can help you those tight relationships can help you go through these broader changes in these bigger relationships and your groups that you're going to go through over the next 20 years. And also, your third house is where Gemini falls. Look to see if you have any planets in the third house, which is all about communication and going back to what you learned as a child in your neighborhood, what's around you, and using the gifts of communication and understanding to help you go through these changes that might feel humbling at times. But Aries, you were made for going through the changes, with the drive and determination that it takes to be the type of leader that we might need in these coming years. So lean into those air signs, breathe in that energy to help you master the spiritual arts that help you drive towards your dreams. Enjoy, Aries. Taurus, for you, this transformation is happening in the 10th house of career. Your career life, your reputation, the way that you interact with the world at large is not only going to become very important to you if it's not already, but Pluto is going to ask you to demonstrate your expertise and your commitment to your career over the next 2 decades. It's going to totally transform and change, which can be difficult, especially when you're going through things that can be seen by everybody as you're changing. What we do in our career life can be easily viewed by our peers and the people around us. And so this will take surrender, because we know that when we try to control things, control causes suffering. And so creating compassion in your own career life for yourself, so that you can let go of any thoughts that come around like, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not really this good, or I'm really not an expert like I thought. You can release any of those thoughts that come through and allow spirit to work in your life. Allow Pluto, the god of the underworld, to completely transform your career. And this does take trust and surrender. The way you structure your career life is going to change. And when you can go through that with ease and flow, you'll be able to, keep a little bit of dignity in that career life that you have worked so hard for. So you are the earthiest earth sign of them all, but to help you go through these changes that Pluto is doing in Aquarius, your 10th house, it's good for you to lean into any air sign placements that you have natally in your chart. So look at your natal birth chart and see where you have Aquarius in your 10th house, and see if you have points or planets there. Libra is in your 6th house of your daily services and your physical health. And so if you don't do this with ease, you might also let your health decline while you're trying to fight these changes in your career. So look at Libra placements and see where you can lean into that air energy in that 6th house of health, things that you can do just a little bit every day to change on a day-by-day basis. And also take a look at your 2nd house of Gemini. Gemini, for you, any placements or planets that are there in your natal birth chart will talk about your values and what is really important to you. And sometimes when we're in our career life, we might separate a little bit and go off from what really is important to us. So re-looking at what is most valuable to you and what you can do a little bit each day to take your health and service to others into consideration to help you go through these huge transformations in your career over the next 2 decades. Good luck, Taurus. Hello, Gemini. You are known as the intellectual air sign of the zodiac, and Pluto is going to be transiting your ninth house of travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, cross cultural relations, and understanding. And so Pluto for the next 2 decades is going to be asking you to let go of some outdated viewpoints and understandings that are no longer valid for your life. Pluto, the god of the underworld, is going to probably be giving you some great foot and mouth opportunities over the next couple decades as it's trining your first house of self and identity. So, as your cultural understandings and your higher knowledge is transformed over the next 20 years, that is going to change your identity. And this can be off putting or unsettling when we see that our ideas are really changing us. And that's okay. So just lean into any placements that you have in Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Libra is your fifth house of creativity, love affairs, and children. So when you are frustrated that your ideas aren't valid anymore and that it's changing who you are, you can lean into those fifth house placements. Go and create something. Have a love affair. Spend time with a child and do some imaginative play. And this will help you move through those changes that Pluto will inevitably do in your ninth house of understanding. It's a great time to have some far off travel or to seek out some higher education because you are going to get a lot out of it with this transit of Pluto in your ninth house of Aquarius. Enjoy. Hello, Cancer. Cancerians, you have Pluto, the planet of transformation, death, and rebirth, transiting your eighth house. Since 2008 until the end of last year, Pluto has been transiting your seventh house of relationships. These are your marriage relationships, partnerships, and the way you interact when you are in one of those type of relationships. So Pluto has changed your perception of any relationships that you have or the way that you behave in those over the last 20 years. And now Pluto has moved into your eighth house. And the eighth house has to do with the merging that happens within those relationships, the merging of the physical bodies during sex, the merging of bank accounts, paying taxes together, the merging of assets and loans that you have. These are all the things that the eighth house is about. It's the material things that come with the seventh house relationship issues. So Pluto is going to be completely transforming that area of your life. Now, this on one hand could mean you want to be careful about going into debt because Pluto, the god of the underworld, doesn't really let you have control of things while he's doing that work. On the other hand, it could be that you get a large loan or an asset that will help those merging relationships, those businesses that you're doing together, or the way that you merge your finances. Pluto will ultimately benefit this area of your life. And it wants you to come from a place of empowerment with this new common ground that you have discovered since 2008 and how to get along with others. Pluto wants you to be a type of bridge builder. The eighth house is very mysterious. The fourth house, 12th house, and eighth house are all kind of mysterious realms, and they're also the miraculous realms. So you're building a bridge now between yourself and others with this merging energy. And This could be difficult at times, and you might not understand what Pluto is doing until contentions pop up, until you have that first fight with your with your partner over finances or taxes. So this energy is what is happening. Leaning into your air sign placements and doing breath work can help you move through this mysterious transformation in your chart. The placements that you have in Libra in your fourth house and in Gemini in your 12th house, those placements can help you go through these mysterious changes with more ease and flow. Hello, Leo. So, for the next 20 years, Pluto, the planet of transformation, is going to be going through your seventh house of relationships. This is specifically the seventh house is your marriage relationships or your business partnerships that are very personal, close. These are your interpersonal relationships and how you behave when you are in those relationships. Pluto is going to completely transform them. So, for some of you, this may mean a change in your marital status, but for many, it just means that the way that you acted and behaved within those relationships are not the same anymore. And Pluto is going to change that. Pluto will demand your attention at times and make you take a look at the things that need to be let go and changed within these relationships. This demand from Pluto might come up as contention or a fight. As humans, we all come with a unique pain of abandonment. When we separated from Source, when we became our own fractals of Creator Source here on this planet, it resulted in a type of wound that can show up as feelings of loneliness, isolation, low self esteem, disconnectedness, guilt. And when we want our partners, our marriages to ease all of that suffering, it's just not, they can't do it. No spouse can ease all of your suffering. And what this Pluto transit can help you do is become a leader in your own relationship. The relationship needs two people working and changing equally. And you're having this opportunity now to take this new role by being true to yourself. Leading into the third house and the 11th house, where your other air signs are, Libra and Gemini, can help you move through this transition time during your relationships. The third house is all about communication, and any points and planets there can help you learn how you can communicate with your seventh house relationships in a way that you can still be true to yourself. And the 11th house, where you have Gemini, is in your 11th house. This is where you have your friendships and your groups and your personal dreams and aspirations. And so, any points or planets that you have there can help you move through this transition of your seventh house of relationships. Use your breath. These air signs work with our breath, and using that to calm yourself when there's any confrontations during this time of transformation can help a lot. Good luck. Virgo, hello. So Pluto for you is going through your sixth house of daily routines, work, health, and services. Pluto, the god of transformation, is going to change your daily routine in a way that benefits not only your own health, but the health of those around you, your family that you're cooking meals for, your pet that you're taking for daily walks, your coworkers that you're interacting with. even like your drive to and from work or the daily work that you do might change dramatically over the next 20 years. There's also that option for your health to be changing for the good over the next 2 decades. But Pluto is the god of the underworld, and so he works in unseen ways. This deep desire to change your health and change your daily routines and your the way that you serve the people around you is going to change. And your best bet is to go with the flow. Resisting change can result in chaos. And when we embrace those alien parts of us, that need to go for that 30-minute walk every day to help your mental health, embracing this can cause a type of reaction, a fusion. Actually, it's what creates magic in our life when we embrace these things on a day-to-day basis to improve our daily life and the life of those around us. This can be hard to go through this type of intense change and surrender to this transformation can be hard. And so look at the air signs in your own natal birth chart. What placements do you have in Aquarius that you could lean into, breathe in this daily change? And also look at Libra, which is your second house of values. What is it that is really important to you? Maybe you have to readjust your daily life to get those things back that are really important to you. And also looking at Gemini in your chart, this is where your 10th house of career is. And sometimes throwing yourself into what you are an expert at can help you go through those type of changes that Pluto wants to do. When the caterpillar is turning into a butterfly, it's not probably very pleasant at first. And so knowing what it is that you value and what you are great at and the changes that you want to make in this world through your career in your daily life, that will get you through this. Good luck. Libra, hello Libra. Pluto, the planet of transformation, has been moving since 2008 through your fourth house of home and family, your place of residence, and your foundations, the house of mother, children, and self nurturing. Everything has changed so much in the last 20 years, and you've probably even moved houses so many times. And now that transformative energy has moved into the fifth house of creativity, romance, love affairs. The fifth house is about childlike creativity and fertility. This is about your self expression and drama. And so Pluto wants to change the way you express yourself within these relationships that offer romance, joy, love affair, and that boost your creativity to express yourself in this life. Pluto's transformations might not be quite so dramatic on the outside, but you will still feel them intensely in this area. And so reminding yourself of your identity, not reaching for addictions. This is might spur those things that used to help you create, addictive words that you said to yourself, like, you're nothing, just pull up your own bootstraps, or things like reaching for drugs or alcohol to help you create. Those things are not going to work anymore. Pluto is going to take them from you. But in the place of those things, you'll find real joy, creativity, and a connection to spirit. And so while we're going through these changes, leaning into your first house where you have the sun trining this area of Aquarius in your chart, our natal sun is going to help us move through these changes Pluto will that will ultimately benefit us. Okay. And also the ninth house, where we have Gemini placements. Any planets or points that you have in Gemini in your ninth house, which is the house of travel, far off travel, wisdom, culture, understanding, higher education, religion, law. And so, as we're going through these changes in creativity and letting go of the things that we used to be addicted to, um, moving towards higher education, immersing yourself in a culture, this can help you really get those creative juices going while you're going through these huge transformations in the fifth house. Enjoy, Libra. Hello, Scorpio. So, for you, this planet of change and transformation is happening in your fourth house. And the fourth house is all about your home, your family, your roots, your emotions, your foundations, your self care. And so, this god of the underworld is going to be completely changing not only how you take care of yourself, but also how you nurture your family, and perhaps even your physical residence will change many times over the next 20 years. And so moving with the flow of that change can be challenging at times, especially when Pluto sometimes asks us to change things rather quickly. And tapping into whether we're being courageous with this change or whether we're being foolish with this change can be difficult, because courage doesn't always mean just pushing through every single obstacle. It also means pausing and taking time with the divine to see what is best for your roots and how change is necessary and how to implement that. Because it takes courage to shift and move during change. I'm not just talking about physical locations, but changing the way we interact with our family or changing what nourishes us can be hard. And transformation can feel great. It can feel really exciting, or it can make you very fearful. And so during this time of deep transformation in your roots and your family and your home, and the way that you nurture yourself, really leaning into any placements that you have in the natal sign of Aquarius, which is your fourth house. And also looking to the other air signs in your chart can help you during this, because Gemini is in your 12th house. The 12th house is all about endings, the afterlife, what's hidden. And so sometimes your placements in the 12th house can help you kind of suss out what's going on with these huge transformations happening in the fourth house. And also looking at any placements that you have in your natal sign of Libra, which is your oh, I'm sorry, I got those mixed up. Dang it. So, your 12th house of Libra placements will help you suss out any endings that need to happen. And then your 8th house is where Gemini is, and Gemini placements can help you go through this change and help you be wise when you're implementing this change. And so, any placements that you have in the natal sign of Gemini can help you move with this energy, because it is going to be quick. And sometimes you'll be asked by spirit to make a decision that seems contradictory to where you want to go. So, really leaning into your air signs, taking a breath during this big transformation of life. You can do this, Scorpio. You've got it. Hello, Sagittarius. So, for you, Pluto, the planet of transformation, is going to be transiting your third house of communications for the next 20 years. The third house is known as the house of the mind, the house of thinking and communications, and it's also known as the house of siblings, social activity, and your interests. Short trips, your neighborhood, things that you might learn in early education. And I've also heard the theme that the third house signifies your connection to the goddess within. And so, Pluto, the planet of transformation, is going to be completely transforming not only how you communicate, but your interests that you desire to communicate to the people who are directly around you, and how your mind and your intellect will be working and changing over the next 20 years will help your 11th house and 7th house. Your 7th house is the house of relationships, and it's trining um, this transformative area of Aquarius for the next 20 years, and also your 11th house of friendships and groups. So, the things that make Sagittarius so liked by the community is going to be going through a huge transformation. And Pluto can show up in ways that we don't expect him. He is the god of the underworld. And so some of these things might show up as like not trusting your true nature, not trusting your connection to the divine, the connection to source. And so for these next 20 years, if I could ask you to really remind yourself of your true nature, let yourself feel that connection to source in a way that goes beyond your intellect and goes beyond communication, because that's all going to be changing in the next 20 years. As this connection to source grows stronger over time, um, it can serve you as guiding you towards what you really want in life, and trusting this connection, letting go towards that connection instead of relying on your own light or even the light of your community, the light of your knowledge, the light of your intellect, relying on that deeper awareness inside of you to grow, and letting go of that, not looking for fulfillment outside of you, but knowing that what you have inside of you is vast. The more you let go to your connection with the divine, the bigger and more vast your universe will get. Enjoy and lean into those 7th house relationships or 11th house relationships in Libra and Gemini when you need to over this time of deep transformation. Hello, Capricorn. So, for you, the transformation since 2008 until last year has been focused on your first house of self, the body, your appearance, your identity, and how you move through the world, your approach to life. And now Pluto, the planet of transformation, is done with that, or is finishing that up at least, and has moved into your house of values. The second house, which is all about money, work, income, your possessions, your priorities, your habits. The second house is going to go through a complete transformation with Pluto's help over the next 20 years. So, the way that you get money, the things that you value, your priorities are all going to be changing. Now you have kind of your identity and yourself and your purpose, but allowing that change can be hard. You're kind of wanting to hang on to the things that you have discovered about yourself, but change is the only constant. And during this time of transformation, it can be really common to feel really excited and want to do like sweeping change throughout your entire life. And so, however, a more balanced approach with this Pluto transit through your second house would be better for the change that you really want to make in your priorities and in money and in your possessions. And so, just like a pregnant woman wouldn't want to go into labor early just to get the baby, we go through our whole pregnancy, the whole 9 months, even though it's a little bit painful and challenging. Don't do it too early, not the sweeping change. Instead, lean into your sixth house, which is where you have Gemini in your natal birth chart. See what placements and planets you have in the sixth house, because the sixth house will help us do small, moment by moment, daily changes that feel good to do from within. And so this can help you with your good intentions to have the outcome that you want, to do little things in a more balanced way instead of the sweeping change that you might feel really driven to do as far as your priorities and your daily work life. And that might come. You might make a lot of changes. How you get money over the next 20 years might change frequently. So, just being more balanced. And another way you can lean in is through your 10th house of career. Like, what is your overall relationship with the world at large? Leaning into that kind of overview might help you move through these changes that Pluto is bound to make in your life. Good luck, Capricorn. As you're considering the transformation that Pluto is doing in your life and on our planet, also consider the star Albali that is aligned to the sun this weekend. Albali is all about luck and receiving gifts. Albali is the star in the hand of Aquarius, the water giver. The starlight coming through our sun this weekend is helping us to make sure our hands are open, that we're not clutching things too tightly. Pluto wants to take things from us that we're clutching too tightly that used to serve us, but are no longer serving us. And in the place of those things, other gifts and luck are coming from the cosmos. In order to pour out gifts, Aquarius must first receive from the cosmos. And we have that ability each day to connect with our inner being and connecting with the light of the sun each day, knowing that it is bringing us this fresh energy from the cosmos. And this weekend specifically, tuning into the light of Albali in the hand of Aquarius that's open to receive gifts and to receive luck from the universe. With any luck, this transformation of Pluto over the next 20 years for each of us individually, but also for us as a nation and as a species, will unite to help us move and evolve towards our goals of reuniting with the source energy that creates worlds and peace for all of us.